Good afternoon to you. I'm Fox 26 meteorologist Ramisha Shea, back again to give you an update on what's happening in the tropics. And of course, hurricane season, like I just said, on its last leg. We're hoping we don't get anything else out there for this season, because it has been already a horrible, devastating season for parts of the area, especially Jamaica, eastern Cuba, southeastern Bahamas, hit hard by Hurricane Melissa, which of course at one point was a Category 5. So for the entire season, we've had about 13 named storms. Notice that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those have become hurricanes. And out of those hurricanes, we've had 4 of those that were major hurricanes. That's Category 3 or higher, and 3 of those were Category 5s. You actually have to go all the way back to 2005, 20 years ago, to see a season where we had at least 3 Category 5 hurricanes in just that one season. So not unprecedented, but it is fairly rare. It doesn't happen that often. So even though we had about a 3-week lull in our tropical activity this season, we've still been pretty busy, and we could still have maybe a low chance for one more system to develop, but right now it's not looking that likely that we'll see Nestor anytime soon. As far as our named storms, as I mentioned, 13, that's one behind our average of 14 for the season. We're a couple back from our average number of hurricanes. We've had 5, an average number is 7, and for major hurricanes, we've had 4, which is actually 1 above the norm. So back in July, Colorado State University forecasters did predict about 16 named storms, 8 of those becoming hurricanes and 3 becoming major hurricanes. So we haven't quite reached those numbers, but it's been busy enough, right? So we are hoping that we can keep things on the quiet side so that we can get to the end of the season and be finished with it for this year. So we have all the way until November 30th, and we only have about 5% of that tropical activity remaining. So the chance of us getting a tropical depression, tropical storm, or hurricane at this point is extremely low, but of course we are monitoring it very closely. All right, let's look and see where we have the potential for development. Notice that the yellow shading has been erased from the Gulf. We're not saying it's a 0% chance, but it's not much higher than that. So extremely low shot that we could get some tropical activity developing in the Gulf at this point. We've never had a hurricane hit us this late in the season, but never say never. So we are watching. Those Gulf waters are still super warm. They are definitely warm enough to support a tropical system. We just don't really see anything able to get going. And of course, we have those stronger cold fronts dropping in from the north, and you're not going to get a hurricane with that happening. So I think we're safe in the Gulf for now. However, as we look back towards the western Atlantic, western Caribbean, there's still a low shot. We could have a little something simmering, developing here through the end of the month. I think the western Caribbean would be the best chance for development. So at this point, National Hurricane Center thinking, yeah, we're not going to get anything over the next week. But of course, we have to get all the way to November 30th before we can really say it's a wrap. So we are still monitoring things closely. As I mentioned before, we always keep a close eye on what we call the Central American Gyre. It's a large area of low pressure near or over Central America, and it can occasionally kind of produce some smaller areas of low pressure that could turn into tropical systems. We've had that happen a few times this season in the Eastern Pacific, Western Caribbean, but right now, not really seeing anything developing. But here's why we're keeping a close watch on it. Water temps are still super warm out there. They have been all season long, well into the 80s, and we are going to closely monitor it. But for now, we're looking good. Nothing happening in the Gulf, in the Caribbean, or the Atlantic.